This one, sir. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I mean, we're having a bit of technical challenges. Um, but I think in order not to waste my time, we can just get it started. Um, so we are happy to have with us Mr. Samuel Uzwansa, who is the principal meteorologist and then also the head of the hydrometeorological unit for GMET. And then, in fact, when he comes, he will do all the introduction and then also do all the other um, knowledge sharing that he would have to do. So without much ado, would like to invite him. So Mr. Uzwansa, over to you. And sure, thank you for your patience.
All right, thank you, Dr. Jeffrey I. It's a privilege to meet all of you, to also express my experience and then share with you the knowledge which I think you could use in your research in the future. Hope you can hear me. Everybody can hear me. Sorry, I have a little cold. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so a little correction. My name is not hyphenated. So, Dr. Jeffrey, next time you change it, you just remove the hyphen. All right, thank you. Okay. I hope everybody has access to the ArcGIS software now. I believe, and I know the installation has been successful now. If you have challenges, I believe Dr. Aye could also support you to rectify this. Okay, so without much ado, let me also start sharing my screen. I hope everybody can see my screen information. All over the world, we need ArcGIS for analysis because every project that anyone partakes is over the earth, and we need to locate where it is. Most of the time, when people are writing their researches, all they need to know to show is their study area, and there's one key thing which every researcher needs to come up with a study area. We can use ArcGIS for this. I know we can also use other softwares like the QGIS, which is also free. ArcGIS is licensed. However, we managed to get a cracked version for you, so we just have to manage with this. My main objective for this our discussion, and then this is more of a practical section of this particular tutorial. I am aiming in generating study area map and then also extracting the study area map from a larger map. And then I also would want to use some station data using the IDW, that is the inverse distance weighted method for interpolation. And then finally, generating the CDF files from the interpolated data, which is the station data. I hope it's clear. So we are going to go step by step. Unfortunately, I didn't put any practical guide to for everyone to just go step by step. But so far as we are doing it together, I'm expecting you to jot some few points down, and then now you just do it. At the end of the day, we are going to divide ourselves into. I think we have about how many groups, Prof. Dr. Jeffrey? How many groups do we have? Oh, okay. So what I'm going to do is after we are done with this session, every group is going to have a particular section of the country which you are really going to use as your focal point. I mean, sorry, your study area. Okay, so you are going to develop according to the way I want us to do it. So maybe group one would take maybe, for example, like the Brongahafo region. Maybe group two would take the OT region. group 3, maybe Eastern region, or then the group 4 will take maybe around the coast, the northwest, the western, and then the coastal part of the country. This is just an example. I will tell you the exact thing that you're supposed to do when the time is up. All right, so without much ado, when you open ArcGIS for the first time, and I presume a number of you, this is the first time you are seeing ArcGIS. ArcGIS is really, really a very important tool. And you know, the background of ArcGIS is Python. And you guys are privileged to have a professor who is very good in Python, you know, also teaching you Python. So obviously you really enjoy this particular section. And then if any question, if you have any challenges, you know, he's good to also help you too. Okay, so when you open the ArcGIS for the first time, this is what you see. You would see an Arc map getting started. All right, you see this one, you just need to just close it. All right, either you press here or you just say cancel, and then it just open this interface for you. Okay, let me introduce you to the various panels of ArcGIS. All right, this is more of like a normal Microsoft Word. All right, we see the file, edit, view, bookmark, insert, selection, geoprocessing, customize, Windows, help. All these things are very, very important tools for it. And you could see that we have some tabs. All right, this is the left panel is the table of content. All right, when you click on the top and then you push it up, you can see that there are some demarcations on it which helps you to navigate it to everywhere you want. I can decide to put it on top of this one and then I'll leave it this way. All right, but that's not what I want. I can decide to put it back again and then just it will stick to this. This is my main body, my area where I'm going to find my displays being done. And then to my right, I have the actual box, right, which contains most of the tools that I'm going to use for this tutorial. So we'll come back to it. You can decide to collapse it depending on what you want. If I come over here and I click on this one, it will just collapse it. If I take it back again and I say catalog and I click on this one, you see it comes back. So when I want to pin it onto it, I can just do this and I leave it that way. So you see, but when I remove this pin, you know, it just collapses. The same thing applies to the remaining. All right, and over here to the same thing. When I do this, you see it just collapses. All right, but let's just leave it. I don't want to worry myself plenty. It depends on your choice. Okay, so now let's get straight away into how to import data into your ArcGIS. Please, if you have any questions, you can prompt me, or else I'll just be flowing. I'll be thinking you are okay. So if you're okay, just alert me. If you're not okay, just alert me so that I'll just pause. All right. I hope it's clear. Okay. All right. So now let's move straight away. You see, when you move over here, where my pointer is, it just helps me to navigate my folder which I want to work in. Okay. So when you say add, when I click on add, it opens a pop-up menu for me to be able to now create a link to any folder I really want to work in. All right. So now when this pop-up menu comes, the first thing you are supposed to do is to go over here. All right, to connect to a folder. Now, when I click on connect to a folder, it now tries to create a certain link for me to easily navigate into a folder which I want to really start with. So I want to put my whole thing on desktop. So I'll click desktop and I'll say, okay. So on the desktop, when I click over here, you see I have desktop connected here. All right. And I've created a certain folder called KNUST Internship Training. You can decide to create your own thing. For example, when I come over here, I click new folder and I say, okay, training. I'm just giving you an example, right? So training. So now, when I click into this one, this is my connection. All right. So now let me go back again. I go to desktop. All right. And on desktop, I click OK. And then now I go to I go over to my desktop again. All right. And I click on training. Okay. And I add. Sorry, let me go back again. So I click on this one and I add. So you see, now it's helping me, it's telling me it has gone to this particular section. Yeah, but you see, I don't have anything in it. So let me go back again and then connect to that earlier folder that I created. So I say, okay, and then I go over to KNST tutorial over here. And then now, let me open to, okay, this one. All right. So over here, you see, this is the folder which I created earlier on. So I said KNUST internship training. So on your desktop, you can also create the same thing. And then now I click on this one and I say add. Okay, now when I click on this one, in Ghana, we have something we call the shape file of Ghana. We have different boundary layers for Ghana. We have an outer one, which is an administration 0. That's the outline of Ghana. And then we also have the regions. Regions is administration 1. And then the district is administration 2. I have provided this shape files in your Google Doc so you can access it. To make, if maybe you want to also go and explore yourself, let me show you a link where you can easily get these files very easily. Let me open to my web. Okay, so I can, let me create. I just want to connect to a full a website where we normally have these shape files easily downloaded. It is called Diva ArcGIS. Diva GIS download. Oh, this youth they want to really, the mountains. These people, they're just disturbing us. Okay, let's verify it and see. Okay. So when you open to this one, you could see we have this site where we are going to connect to any country in the world. All right. So I come over here and I say Ghana. I type in Ghana. All right. And you see Ghana, we have administrative areas. We can also have elevation, road, what's the name? Inland water administrative areas, a whole lot, right? But what we are interested in right now is just the administrative area. And you say, okay, when you click okay, it will now link you up to